Mr. Ronnie Chan. In the past 2 years, Hong Kong has weathered black riots as well as the pandemic. And then I think society has more or less stabilized and the pandemic is almost under control. After the chaos, members of the public would like to have stability and prosperity, and we should rebuild public confidence. Now, because of the COVID-19 variants, I think we'll have to live with the disease for a long time. I'm grateful to Mr. Jeffrey Lam's motion so that we can consider the way forward for Hong Kong so that we can catch up and for the time lost. So I support the proposal to set up an economic stimulation committee to formulate action plans for post-pandemic economic recovery. European Bank and the director said in April this year that the greatest threat to global economic recovery is the vaccination rate of different countries. Now, in Ohio, U.S., for 5 weeks in a row, they offer $1 million as reward and a lucky draw, and they also offer scholarships to encourage vaccination. And even rivals for hunting, which is a controversial object, is now up to grab in a lucky draw. So what about the incentives offered by our own government? Well, vaccination leave. For every jab of the vaccine, a civil servant can enjoy 1 day leave, and I think this is not really very attractive. And the business sector understands that vaccination is the only way out for economic recovery. And then last week, the Vaccination for All campaign was launched. The business sector has offered in total $120 million in rewards. Now you can join lucky draw to get gold, to get $10,000 in cash, and also a year free of buffet. And there are numerous incentives being offered by the public. But for a member of the public to join all these lucky draws, it's going to take a long time. The business sector has offered great incentives for people to receive the jabs in order to revive our economic recovery. But if we can have an economic stimulation committee, because the government doesn't want to be involved, it can be a super liaison or super contact point. Information of lucky draws can be consolidated and uploaded to a common flat platform, and information can be disseminated to the public on a regular basis. And the consumption vouchers to be released soon is also one way to revive our economy. Since 2019, when we had the black riots, consumption has been weak. And then we haven't had a lot of tourists. And we've been asking the government to provide consumption vouchers to stimulate the economy. With the Economic Stimulation Committee set up, then it can be a platform to liaise with different shops and enterprises. For instance, extra discounts offered by a particular shop and the electronic payment acceptable, etc. Then it will facilitate spending by members of the public, and they can go on shopping sprees as a result. We need social stability to rebuild public confidence. So before formulation of policies, the views of the public should be gauged. So last week, I questioned the CNRs whether she will revive her dialogue with the community so the people from different sectors can express their views to the government directly. Now, we cannot rebuild public confidence overnight, but you will never go wrong in communicating more often with the public. And Dr. Junior's Ho's amendment will have a similar effect, and therefore I support the original motion as well as the amendment. Thank you.